Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm entitling this, Yes, They Are Cheating Me. But what I would like to entitle it, and I'm not, is PayPal MasterCard credit card is cheating me. So I didn't want to put that across the screen so the algorithms would pick that up, and they don't want you to know what I'm about to tell you. Now, I think about last year, they sent me, because, I do a lot of business on PayPal, so they send me a pre-approved application, I guess, to apply for the card. So I did. Let me show you a picture of the card. Of course, not the information, personal information. It's PayPal MasterCard. So, I noticed this before, but I was questioning my judgment. So I'm like, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not really, crunching the numbers accurately. So what I started to do was every single day, I check my balance and I write a notation on a piece of paper. Okay, today it's this amount of money balance on this date. And of course, we know balance means what you have charged on the card and what you owe. So this is the last time they did this, which was recent, because I told you they did it before, and I second guessed myself, and I assumed that they were right. So this is what happened, and I'm gonna put the math up here. Last week, about 2 weeks ago, my balance on this given day was $670. Put that up there. That's my balance, meaning this is what I've charged, this is what I owe. So I had a refund coming in from Reverb. One of the guitars that people claimed that it was this and it wasn't, and Reverb stepped in and sent my money back in. So I'm like, okay, that refund should be coming back to my card, because well, I'm not gonna get into that. So what I noticed about PayPal MasterCard is, versus, I do have a PayPal credit limit, which is different, because the credit card is the credit card. I can go anywhere physically and show the card, charge something. The credit is just to do online purchases, So I noticed with the PayPal credit card that I would pay on it and it wouldn't reflect the current balance for like 3-4 days. I'm like, well, maybe it's because of the pandemic. But with my credit, PayPal credit, which again is separate from the MasterCard, well then if I sent the payment like early in the morning today, like at 9 o'clock, by the end of the day, I'll see that reflection. If not no later than the next day. So I'm like, why are they lagging so bad between the two? Like I said, 3-4, almost a week go by. I'm like, why haven't that posted yet? So that was kind of a red flag to me. So, okay, getting back to, this. So $670 is my current balance. Now, I checked them. Like I told you, I check them every single day. I check that balance. And I haven't made any more purchases on there because I'm like, something ain't right here. So the refund from Reverb eventually came in, So I'm looking at it, and here's the math, $600, which was the last balance. And then the $200 credit came back in, and you subtract $200 from $670, you get $470. That should be my balance. But instead, my balance is $580. Still, I'm like, how is that right? So you subtract, the $470 from $580. That's a difference of $110. And I'm like, well, I know it ain't interest fee, and I know I should have $470. The new balance should be $470. So I called them and I said, these numbers are not lining up. And they looked at my account and they were trying to, well, see, you charge this and charge that. And I shut down because I'm like, the only way that you can be wrong, if the last balance that I took last night after midnight changed after I took my last balance, and maybe then, but it didn't, because then you can look in the history and see if there was an updated balance, from the last number, that I did, and that wasn't the case. So again, put the numbers up there. $670 was my balance. I got a $200 credit back to my credit card for Reverb, which again, I should have a new balance of $470, but instead my new balance is $580, which is a difference of $110. And I came to the conclusion at this point that they're straight out cheating you. Because I'm like, I'm doing the math, you know. And again, this was my current balance the night before. And I don't see anything in the history saying that that balance got updated, that I put more money or put more charges on that card and blew up my balance bigger than $670. And this is the second time I caught this, because I caught it the first time, but I'm like, well, maybe, you know, they right, and I didn't do my math. No, I did my math the first time too, and I was right the first time.
Attention
but
to
the
my
second
balance.
time, when I paid, the numbers are not lining up. They didn't line up the first time, and they definitely not lining up the second time. So again, like I said, I know it's not that, you know, that I made a mistake, and it's like, what happened to the other $110? You know. So I am no longer using that card. You know, the stimulus actually came today, so I'm going to pay that balance off, and I'm just going to cut this card off. You know, because they're cheating you. They are straight up cheating you. You know, because the lady tried to sit here and give me math. I'm like, you can do all the math in the world, and it's not going to change the fact that $110 is not accounted for, because again, this is my balance. You know, this is what you guys tabulated as far as this is what I owe, and that's what I owed. You know, $670. That was my balance. So unless again, for some bizarre reason, the balance update changed from the night before, you know, that could be, you know, they have an issue there. But they just straighten out cheating me. You know, I'm like, I'm not using this card no more. I've never had any credit card company do me like this. Because like I told you, this is not the first, but the second time I caught that. And again, the first time I thought maybe I was wrong and I wasn't really just paying close attention to the numbers. This time around, like I told you, every single night I check my balance. Because I'm like, on any given day, if I'm not paying attention, my balance is just fluctuating and I'm not having no expenditure activity on my card. So where's this coming from? And again, she tried to explain it, but it makes no sense, because again, this is the number, and then here is the credit, you know, to change the balance, and that balance is not reflected accurately. You know, it's different. It's like $5 or $10 or $20. So well, maybe it's a, you know, service charge or interest kicking in. $110? I don't think so. You know, so I just thought I would post this video and let you guys know, be careful, you know, because PayPal, MasterCard is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. I'm not making any more purchases on that card. Like I told you, the stimulus came last night, so I'm paying that off today, and I'm taking some scissors and cut this bitch up, because they running a scam, you know. I've never, ever experienced that. You know, I've never had a discrepancy of that big of a difference. And like I told you, I've been checking my balance every single night. And I put it right down on a piece of paper. This is my balance for December the 25th, you know. Then I check the next night, just still the balance, because I haven't put anything on here. I'm not putting anything else on here. It's the third day, it's the same balance, you know. It's the next day, same balance, you know. But they don't think that you're paying close enough attention to catch this. How could you not miss $110? You know, if it was just $10 or $20, I'm like, oh, well, you know, maybe some kind of fee, a service fee or interest. $110 damn dollars gone. So they're not getting, I'm not charging nothing on this card. Like I told you, I'm going to pay off the balance today and I'm cutting this card out, you know. But I don't have a problem with the PayPal credit. You know, it reflects accurately. I send money, and I always usually send twice and sometimes 3 times the amount, you know, the minimum amount. And it's I kind of treat them like I guess what's that, American Express. If I pay for something or purchase something on that card today, the next day, no more than 2-3 days, I send them a payment of what I charged, not just the minimum, but what I charged. So it's like I'm constantly taking them off as quick as I put them on, still keep piling stuff on, and only paying the minimum every month. You never get your balance down, you know. But again, this is some BS. I thought I would just let you guys know that. Bear with us because they running scams. This is not the first time. This is at least the second time they did this. Till next time, take care and thanks for watching.